Probably when you get together with friends and family, among the conversations that you're having are about the rising gas prices and food prices. It's becoming more and more difficult, I think, for all of us to go to the grocery store on that budget and come back successful. Janice Hartman certainly is seeing that on a regular basis. She's with the UT Extension. So she is here as part of Extension Month to talk about a program that she has to help people who are getting SNAP assistance really learn how to stretch those dollars. Good to see you.
Good to be here, thanks.
You know, I would think that part of the challenge, Janice, is that you panic a little bit now when you go to the grocery store and you see how expensive things are. And some people, especially elderly people, might be so shocked by the change in prices, they don't quite know where to start.
Well, I'm shocked at what I see at the grocery store. And so, yes, I try to share my own experiences. You know, every time I go to the grocery store, it's a little bit more bare. So we talk about things about the importance of preparing your own meals so that you don't get a lot of the bad stuff like sodium, fat, and sugar. And we try to provide tips for grocery store, for meal planning that makes it easier so that they can create a list, they can go and get what they need, and then they have some easy recipes that they can come back and prepare.
Right.
And sometimes it'll be one of those cook once and eat twice, where they can prepare a casserole, some soup, something like that, that will stretch those food dollars in what the ingredients contain.
Yeah, because even in the best circumstances where someone is wanting to make these healthy choices in what they're buying, so they're getting produce, and that's great, but if you don't eat it quickly or incorporate it into a prepared meal, it's going to go bad and you've wasted your money.
That's exactly right. So we talk about the importance of fresh produce is great, but be careful not to buy more than what you have planned to use, or that you know that you can prepare and freeze. And the other thing that we encourage is that canned, goods are just as healthy in most cases. You want to watch the sodium in the vegetables, the sugar in the fruit, but frozen vegetables are also a good option. And so the best time sometimes is just to watch those store ads and see, if you can grab some things on sale.
It is UT Extension Month, so before we get more into your level of expertise, I think that I've always been so surprised / impressed. It's both. At really the range of offerings that you find at the Extension, and it's all practical for your life.
It is. We have 3 different areas. We have agriculture, and that encompasses anything from gardening to identifying leaves and trees. We have family and consumer science, under which my program falls, where we teach family basic skills. It could be anything from financial planning to food preservation, as well as the nutrition programs. And then 4-H. Everybody knows about 4-H.
Right.
It's such a good opportunity for our kids, and we have wonderful programming where they can do public speaking or robotics or archery, just about anything that's going to help them prepare for the future.
So you mentioned the kids. I would think as part of you're a nutrition educator, when you're dealing with younger people, maybe someone in the program is going to be a mom with a couple of kids. We live now in a day and age where everything is prepackaged. So this idea of coming and buying raw ingredients to then prepare a meal, is it a foreign language sometimes for people?
It is, and particularly, the people who haven't been through our classes before, we have an opportunity to demonstrate recipe preparation. And so when they see how it's done and they realize, I can do that with just a little guidance, then that takes some of the scary away, but it's also important to work with multiple generations. We want to start the kids out, early on. And I had a lady on one of my online classes last night. Her 3-year-old was preparing imaginary soup, and he was putting fish and lots of vegetables in it.
Good for him.
And that's exactly what we want, is we want the kids to start out early learning and looking forward to being part of that process.
I'm glad you said the online classes, because again, maybe in some weird ways, COVID has been beneficial because we've learned how to do it this way. That's saving them people gas money to get to the class.
Exactly, and we have a lot of people who, their schedules just don't work to have a 10 to 11 in the morning class, or to get, where they need to go. And so we learned a lot of stuff that first year about how to continue to offer the resources that we have. And so I've learned a lot about Zoom.
I think that you told me that the way this works is that when you sign up, it's kind of a series, like you said, of classes. You want them to learn incrementally, but once they complete it, they get kind of a goodie bag with a lot of kitchen utensils. That's a great value.
Well, it is, and we talk about not only what they are, but how to use them. And so they're going to get an insulated grocery bag and probably a reusable grocery bag, as well as measuring cups, measuring spoons, food thermometers, because food safety is really an important aspect of food preservation.
Preparation, yeah.
And so, yes, they get that, and they get an opportunity to have a certificate of completion, which some folks have actually used in their employment applications.
And real quickly, too, I've got like a minute left. You mentioned the sodium level. With the elderly people who you're dealing with, where it's hard sometimes to prepare for one person. That's hard. So are they turning often to frozen meals, which then end up not being healthy for them in the long run?
Yes, and I saw that in my own family. So we really encourage, the ways that they can make their meals themselves rather than opening this can or this package, because a lot of them are already on medications or have health issues. And so we want to try to make it easy and still encourage them to try something new.
Well, so if people are wanting to contact you, are these classes kind of ongoing? If they call today or they call next week, they can still sign up to be a part of this?
I have some ongoing classes, and I am able to schedule classes if a group of people want to, say have something online or something at their location. We work with everybody.
Okay, so here's how you'll contact them. Her name is Janice Hartman. She's part of the UT Extension over there on Adamson Circle. 855-6113 is the phone number. You always can learn more by going to hamilton.tennessee.edu. And trust me, when you heard her talk about all the different resources they have, they really do, and each one of them is excellent at what they bring to the table. So Janice, thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
Missing teeth? Tired of dentures? We can help. Call now to receive $350 off dental implants. Peak Family Dentistry